Hi everyone. Today is what is today? June 29th at 4:16 in the morning. It's already 4 o'clock?
Friday.
Friday. It's 4 o'clock already?
Yeah.
I just finished uploading my first video to YouTube and now I'm working on this one. So I'm going to tell you about how crazy it was to get into this room. Yeah, I'm not in my room. My friend Tawana, who was traveling with me, she's my roommate. I don't know if she wants to be on the camera right now. So yes, so the first thing I want to talk about is Korean Air, the plane. Now, it was fine. We had TVs and we could watch any movie we wanted. It was great. What I noticed though about the flight attendants, they were very gestury. Like they were offering me a hot towel, and she was holding I'm studying my laptop with this hand, so she's holding the thing that had the hot towels in it, and she's like, hot towel, and she like really like take this towel. But yeah, so then plane ride 14 hours, blah blah blah, and now we land on the airport and we have to go to immigration and customs and all that stuff. Skipping that, we meet up, we see some people sitting outside and they're just talking, and I saw some of them had on a shirt like from their own consortium that they were with. So I'm like, hey, are you guys at the UNC study abroad summer school? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, and we shake hands and stuff. I'm gonna insert a picture of them somewhere. And we shook hands and we talked and we got to know each other. Um, and then we sat and waiting because we were thinking about waiting for. 'Cause it was a group meetup. Those of us who were arriving between 4 and 6, and those are
Oh, it's recording.
yeah.
Has a picture.
That was a picture.
No, the vlogging. So I am in South Korea
Officially.
Woo! And this is I made some new friends here. As everybody knows Tawana.
Of course, hi.
I'm Lizette. This is
Hi, I'm Lou.
Is it pointed Lou? And back here, there's
So I'm Brendan.
Brent. Are you showing? Okay, Brendan. There's Michelle. Is it camera on her? Yeah, okay. And then the other Michelle. What's your name again?
Raphael.
Raphael. So that is South Korea landed. Woo! Yeah, everybody wave again. Hi. We're waiting for the 5 o'clock people, but then we're like, nah, let's go. So we went. We got on a bus and we traveled. Now this time I'm uber excited. I'm taking a little bit of pictures. I'm just staring everything down. Everything is in Korean. I don't want to sound ignorant, but it had all the Korean characters and the language. I'm like, wow. And then we got off the bus in the city. This is where everything went downhill. It was horrible. So I have my suitcase and my carry-on and my laptop bag strapped around my back, and we're walking through the city looking for the entrance to Yonsei University. My arm was killing me. And I had to switch arms. My shoulder was hurting me, everything. I have to thank Tawana so much because she like took my bag and she carried it for me for a while, and then I started to feel bad, so I took it back from her. And then we finally got into Yonsei, and this lady, she's there for the orientation or whatever. She helped us. Well, she she tried to bring us to where the shuttle picks up the students from Yonsei, and she had us walk like all the way in, and then she was like, oh, sorry, the shuttle picks them up from down there, so we have to turn around and walk all the way back down. And like at that time my suitcase pulley, it broke. So I'm struggling with my suitcase. Tawana's struggling with my suitcase because she take it from me sometimes. And then the shuttle came, we got on the shuttle. All of us, we just throwing our bags on there, we got on the shuttle. And then we start to drive. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, Yonsei is not a university, it's a city. The place is huge. It is huge. And we were driving up hills, and I'm like, if we had to walk, this would be crazy. So we drive up the hill, and then Tuan and I are living in another dorm, the MUAC dorms. That's all the way in the back of the campus. Everybody else got housing. Most, not everybody else, but a lot of other people got housing at SK Global and the International House, which is closer to where our classes will be. So we got off at SK Global. Well, either way, it was kind of a good idea because the shuttle doesn't run to MUAC until 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And what time was it then? Like 8?
Where?
When we were getting off at SK Global.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Like 8 o'clock in the morning. So we sat down at SK Global for like a really long time till it was like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm sick and tired of sitting here. Let's find a way up to Murak dorms. So I decided I'm going to walk around and see how far this is. So I'm walking and I get a little lost. Apparently, my direction isn't pretty good right now because I'm just not familiar with the place. And I have my carry-on carrying with me because I'm like, if I can check in, I should check in if I find this place. So I'm walking, and I see a security guard. So I'm like, hi, Muak dorms. He's like, Muak? Muak? I'm like, yes, the place to sleep. And he's like, Muak something. He said, I don't know the word, but it means dormitory. And I'm like, yes. So he's like, go. He's basically he tells me to go that way. So I'm like, okay. I didn't listen to him because I thought I was going the right way. So I started to walk the other way. And it was actually to one of the other exits. Now, I don't even know, whatever. So I walked that way. There's a lady, there's like a entrance gate. So I'm like, can you help me? I need to know where Muak dorms are. And she points that way again. So I'm like, okay. And then I see taxis running up and down, up and down. And earlier in the day, I spoke to a friend of mine. She's living in Muak dorms as well. And she's like, oh, catch a taxi. I thought she was joking. So I see these taxis. I'm like, hey, I could probably catch a taxi. So I spoke to a woman, like, should I catch a taxi? She's just like, no, just 10-minute walk. So I was like, okay. I'm walking back. And I decided, let me go take a U-turn by Tuana. Let me go back by Tuana. So I go back and I tell Tuana what happened. And then I'm like, I think we should catch a taxi. So then I was like, I wonder how you actually say Muak dorm. So I went to the receptionist at SK Global House and I was like, can you tell me how to say Muak dorm? She's like, Muak something, something, something. And then she's like, you want me to write it down? I'm like, yeah, write it down, please. So she writes it down. And she's like, and I was like, oh, can you call a taxi for us? She's like, it'll be easier if you go down to the road and like hitchhike, catch the taxi from down there. So as I'm walking down the road, all happily and lily or whatever, I see 2 taxis drive in front of me. So I was like, okay, so it looks like a lot of taxis just pass this way. I got on there, no taxi. I walk down to the road. I see like a freeway in front of me, and I'd have to cross the street to get a taxi to come back this way. And I really don't know the road that well because I'm already lost. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. So I go back in, I walk up and down the street, and I see no taxis, not a single one. So I went back up by Tuana, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go up to the top road where I saw a bunch of taxis and see if I can catch one from there. So I went back up the road, and taxis are passing me. I'm flagging them down, and like none are stopping. Like one stopped, and he was like, when I showed him the paper, he's like, no, and he drove up. And everybody else is like waving no or just ignoring me and walking by. So I'm wondering, maybe I'm trying to flag them down incorrectly. So I keep walking. I'm walking. Maybe walk up a little hill. I'm like, maybe I see a sign that says Muak Dorms while I'm walking. Across the street, I'm walking. And then I'm flagging taxis. Same. No one stopping. Then finally this one stops and I'm like, do you speak English? He's like, yeah. So I like, okay, I need to go here. I showed him the paper. but I need to stop down that hill first to pick up my bags and then drive up to the dorms. He says, okay. So we drive down, pick up my bags, pick up Tawana, and we start to drive again. We start to drive to Muak dorms. So, but he asked for directions, and we start driving, and I see a sign that says Muak dorms, pedestrians only. I'm like, no. So he drives, he turns around, and he stops in the road, and he's like, okay, we have to stop here. So we have to give him 32,001. Now we jump out of his car, and we are pulling our bags
I don't want to remember.
the hill to Muak dorms. And it is a hill. It's not like a St. Thomas hill, thank goodness. I'm from the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, and those hills are sickening. But it was hilly enough for me because I'm very weak and my suitcase is broken and I still have my laptop bag and I still have my carry-on bag I'm dragging behind me trying to walk up this hill. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then the bag is like falling apart even worse. It starts to drag on the floor. So then we reach and we asked a girl, we saw a girl and we're like, okay, Muak dorms. And she points to this whole area and she's like, this is Muak dorms. So I'm like, okay, where do we sign in? And she's like, there. She like points. So we walk down. Then the security guy's like, no, 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 there, down there. So he points and he's like pointing down to the building number 2. So then I'm like, Tawana decides she's gonna go down. I'm gonna wait with the bags because I refuse to walk down. Then it's not the right place. We have to walk back up the hill with these bags. It was killing me. So Tawana went down, checked it out, saw that it was the place that we were supposed to go, and she checked herself in. And then she came back up for me and the bags, and we went down. I had some nice people. Arthur? I think his name was Arthur. He helped me carry my bag down the hill because the bag was just crazy. And then this other girl, what's her name? Angela? I think her name is Angela. She helped us like talk to the security guard and check us in. Thank you guys so much. And we checked in, and then we had to bring our stuff to the door. We're Tawana and I rooming together. I think I said that already. And now 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. It is 12 a.m. at home. So it's like my bedtime. I'm falling asleep. I was so tired. So I packed my stuff. Took a shower. We ate. The food is really spicy. Tawana couldn't eat it. I ate most of mine. And now, and then I went to sleep because I was so tired. Went to sleep. Woke up. Uploaded a video. And now I am making a video. So, yeah. That is what went down. As you can see, hair-wise, I did not unloose my hair yet. I might do it tomorrow. And then probably wash it on Saturday. One of them, something. But anyway, so that is what went down in South Korea. Yeah. So now we're resting. Tomorrow is orientation and the campus tour.
Mostly cloudy with thunderstorms today, you know?
And apparently it's gonna, yeah, if you heard Tawana, it's gonna be raining. I don't have an umbrella, so I'll figure it out. I don't know, but wish us luck on this journey. And I need to hurry up and learn Korean because I can barely communicate with anybody here. It's horrible. But yeah, peace, love, hair grease, VI for living. I don't know.